Got me a new bike. It's a 2021 KTM 500 EXC-F. This thing's freaking awesome. Definitely the most enjoyable bike I've ever owned. Wanted to do a little first impression video of it. Is this a off-road spot? Oh, that is an off-road spot. Let's take it off-road and do a first impression. So I've spent more time on the street so far. Let's see how this goes. Not bad. The tires leave a little to be desired, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll evaluate them when we hit a couple corners. How about that? This is Florida sugar sand. Probably the worst place to take a compromising tire. It doesn't feel that bad. The suspension's so much softer than my motocross bikes. Ooh, options. Alright. Wow. You know, I was gonna say this, my first impression was the bike felt a little down on power, but that was rude. Whoever put that there. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought the bike felt a little down on power, but now that I'm off-road, I don't feel that way. So on the street, yeah, I do feel like it's a little down on power. I'm already planning on doing some mods, slip on, a few other things. But yeah, the power feels great off-road. This thing's awesome. When I left the dealership, they only put 2 bolts in my license plate though, and I almost lost it. They were both in the top, and it was rattling around a lot, so I happened to take a look back there, and one of the bolts had already vibrated out. So yeah, definitely make sure your tag is secured with some blue Loctite, or maybe ooh, a nice turn. Oh yeah, I get almost no traction with these tires, but still manageable. Nice for, you know, sliding around and stuff. Oh, I guess we'll leave there when we hit the end of this little trail. I've only been down here once. It was on my RM 250. Woo. Man, I can't say enough good things about this bike though. I've never had a street legal dirt bike before. It's almost weird looking down and seeing, you know, turn signals and having mirrors and all this other stuff. I'm used to just regular motocross bikes with you know, a Kickstarter and nothing else. But yeah, so far I've owned it for a week now, and I think this is probably the coolest thing I've ever owned. I'd highly recommend it, especially to anyone that's ridden motocross before. I've ridden a few other dual sports, the WR, the DRZ, and I felt like they never really felt like a proper motocross bike, especially off-road. This feels like a good set of tires. You're pretty much good to go. Seagate, where am I? Another biker, what's going on? Oh, there's corners that way. Let's go that way. Yeah, my first impression of this bike is a very good one. I think a little bit beefier knobbies are in order, being that, you know, I'm in Florida, and you pretty much have to have, you know, some halfway decent tire to ride in the sand. But man, this bike is awesome. I love the clear gas tank, being able to see where my fuel's at. Never had an electric start dirt bike. I know I'm behind the times, but that's cool. Fuel injection's nice. It runs pretty good. I had to raise the idle a little bit from the dealer. It was I want to go down there. But yeah, the bike was idling a little bit too low. I had some problems with it stalling at lights and stuff. So raised the idle up a little bit. That and the tag are pretty much the only issues I've had with it. Trying to think of what else I think about this bike. I think it could probably stand to have a couple more teeth on the rear sprocket for a motocross setup, or dirt setup I should say, maybe not motocross. But if I were to run some supermoto wheels, I think this gearing, you know, given the tire size and everything, or the equivalent with the supermoto setup, would definitely be ideal. So supermoto setup, yeah, gearing's good. If you're gonna ride it on the dirt a lot, maybe add a tooth or two to the rear sprocket. And I'm really just being nitpicky. I mean, I know it's a street legal motorcycle. It's meant to be ridden on the road too. I don't think adding a tooth or two would be too compromising for the street. This thing's got a super long 6th gear, which is awesome. I took it to work the other day just to get my break-in miles and time, and yeah, it's the gearing's totally fine. It could stand to be a little shorter even. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun on this bike. Oh, speed tables. Oh no, supermoto jumps. So I'm very much looking forward to modifying this bike. Make sure the camera's still on. It tends to die every now and then. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to modifying this bike. I cannot wait to make it a little bit more off-road capable, give it a little bit more top-end power like I'm used to. Coming from a 450 motocross bike, there's some power left on the table. You can tell. I mean, you can hear it the way it runs. You can tell this thing, and there's also videos on YouTube that you can watch, that these things wake up quite a bit with a few mods. But yeah, it's really not bad stock. Got a ton of torque. It's perfectly fine for the street. Feels good off-road. Handles awesome. Actually, I didn't even get a chance to talk about that. The tires are, you know, slippery, but this thing really handles good. It's really impressive compared to the DRZs I've ridden and the WRs. I mean, they were all mostly stock, but yeah, taking those bikes stock compared to this bike stock, I mean, there's no comparison for a guy that came from motocross. I think a lot of the other dual sports, they might be okay for someone that didn't race when they were younger, but coming from a racing background, this is definitely the bike to get. I was kind of stuck between this and the Husky after doing a bunch of research, and I think I would have been just as happy with the Husky. I picked the KTM for the PDS suspension, the better ground clearance, even though I don't do a lot of hard enduro riding. I figured I might want to get into it, so you know, why not go with the bike that's a little bit more enduro capable. But yeah, pretty sure I would have been happy with either one. Either way though, this bike's awesome. I can't wait to do some mods. I'm sure I'll do some videos, possibly install videos, definitely impressions of different mods. I've been checking out a few websites, and it looks like one of my main go-tos may be Takomoto. I've been looking into them a lot, messaged them, and had a good conversation with them. So that's probably going to be one of my go-tos. If you guys know of anywhere else I should look into for parts or support, or you know, different ideas, then definitely shoot them my way, because I don't know a whole lot about the community with these bikes just yet. I'm still doing reading and research. I just knew I had to have one. I've wanted a street legal dirt bike for years, and figured why not go all out. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm sure I'll make a few more videos down the road, but we'll call this good for this one. So first impression, everybody needs to buy one of these. Everybody needs to buy one. It's awesome.